Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be back. We are finally here with episode 7. My name is Anderson, for those of you guys that don't know me. And today we are here with the one and only, amazingly well-rounded and talented Dytto. I'm going to let Dytto just say hey and go ahead.
Hey guys, it's Dytto. Hey.
So it has been quite some time since we had Dytto with HHM. It's been since 2017.
That's
So,
too long ago.
2017 for me feels like a fever dream,
Yeah,
to be quite honest.
Like,
Anything before COVID, I'm kind of
pre-COVID,
like,
yeah. It's crazy because I even like just thinking about how far back I go with hip hop mindset. Like when we were setting this up, I went into like our old text messages
Oh my
from
gosh.
like 2015, like planning out, like where we were gonna, film something or what show we were gonna go do.
Right.
And I even went into like the attached photos and I found some really cringy photos of myself. But that goes to show like it was when like my eyebrows are really dark for no reason. Like,
Girl.
that's how you know. It's just it's
If
been
you
a
say
long
2017,
time coming.
I think of the eyebrows.
Even before that, I think that maybe 2015, 2016, it had to have been around then that I was first around hip hop mindset. Like,
Right.
I think one of my first viral Instagram videos was actually at a show that was happening in Oxnard, like
No
at a high school or
way.
something for hip hop mindset. And I
That's
had the
so
shirt
sick.
on, and that was one of my first videos that really, really circulated.
Oh my
and,
gosh.
Like, made me like a conversation.
Okay. So ever since then, you have been a conversation, let me just say. But you are just so creative. Like every time I see you pop out with a new video, regardless like social media or like a performance or teaching, anything like that, I was going through your Instagram and I'm just so mind blown. Like your creative process has grown so much, and we see that growth throughout that. You know what I mean? And it's nice to see where you at now. Like from that time to now, like what have been the growing stages? Like what are your eras? What have been your eras?
The eras are crazy. I have to just say that it's so cool to me that I even have eras. Like that's just cool. Like I never realized that would be a thing until like I'm 25 now, and I like Barbie went viral when I was 17.
Oh, that's so wild.
So yeah, it's so weird to me. Like whenever I go through rough times, I think like, okay, well, someone's been doing this for like 10 years. There's bound to be hills and valleys. Like what am I thinking it's just gonna be linear, like, oh, I'm just up all the time, I'm up now and I'm up over there, like that doesn't make any sense. So it's the eras have been humbling. Like,
you know what,
I'm proud of all my eras, and I think what I've realized the most with the eras is that you have to keep reinventing yourself. Like there was something that Big Sean said that I loved, and he said it takes a lot of courage to like put yourself out there at first, and it takes even more courage to do it again while everyone's watching, and now you have something to lose. Like it's way scarier. So it's been scary and rewarding, and
that's nice to hear though, because that it takes a certain type of human to be able to put themselves through like the things that you've put yourself through in the industry. Like if we think about it, like you have pushed yourself to the limits, regardless, mentally, physically, as a dancer, like mentally, to be in the industry and to continuously make videos.
It's already heavy.
Right. To have that motivation to even get out of bed and create. Yeah. That's hard enough. Yeah. And for you to have done that throughout the whole time and like still create a platform for yourself and like an environment where your fan base and like the people surrounding you, they see you in such a light, it's so impressive to me. So for you,
thank you.
For you, would you say like COVID took a toll in that at all?
I think COVID was unique for me because I was already in a place where I was ready for a transition. Okay. I just didn't know what that transition would be. It ended up being music, and that was something that I always saw for myself, but I didn't know how it was going to come about. So after my, era of being like found out about, I had my World of Dance show era. And then after that, I got really into concept videos, and I had my concept video era.
Love.
And then
love that era.
Yeah, but once I got to a point where I was like, wow, I've kind of shot all of my dream concept videos.
What you wanted to do.
I eventually was just frustrated that I wasn't shooting to my own songs. Like I always, like as a dancer, I was like, well, it would be weird if I mouthed the words, right? And I hated that. Like I'm so ready to like perform for real. Like I love performing. So
I definitely understand with that.
yeah, that transition was basically being in quarantine, and right before quarantine, that was when me and my man King Forever actually like met and became a
Wow,
thing.
the
And
universe.
yeah,
The
so
universe.
we spent a lot of time together, and at the time, like, he had like a starter kit of recording equipment.
Okay.
And he made a song in the bathroom of my apartment. And
I love that.
yeah, and him and his boys like went viral on TikTok, and it was like literally when you hear it, you think of quarantine.
Right.
Like
Okay.
it's crazy. So after doing that, we started writing together and started like almost just for fun.
A power couple, I hear.
Yes, we were flirting with the idea,
Yes.
but I'm just so grateful because I think that if I didn't have that experience, I would have all these eyes on me, and I would have put out something more, amateur, like something where people are like,
get
okay,
that.
she has some growth, but I see and I like that she's trying, and that's cool. But I literally, like, my first song is like, it's a hit to me. Like, I feel like it's so undeniable.
Try Me.
Yeah, and I
Y'all
wouldn't
stream Try
have
Me
it
because
like that.
You ate with that.
Bro, Try
January?
Me is literally, it's coming up on 100,000 streams on Spotify, and we put it out in January, and
Yes.
it's myself featuring the Future Kings, and
Stream
shout out Beat Slayer for that breakdown. It's crazy. Like, it's my dream of a song, and we made that in like 2019, 2020
Okay.
for fun.
Oh, so
and
it's been a
it came out
project.
this year. Yeah.
Nice.
We've just been sitting on it. It was for fun. We were like, haha, remember that song I made? Like, it was a joke,
Really?
Like, it wasn't.
It don't sound like no joke.
Yeah, we didn't know if that was going to be the one, or if that was going to be the one that made me realize music isn't for me. Like,
Right.
we didn't know, but we had
I mean,
to
it was a
try.
needed transition, That's
Yes,
nice.
all the eras.
And that's also nice that it came together, like, between you and your man because of the fact that, like, like you said, it was fresh and you had just met at that time. And for him to have been there and, like, go through that growing stage with you, that is awesome that you had that support.
Yeah, I was just telling them on the phone that people always ask me, like, who do you look up to? And I have to,
Right.
like, take little pieces from different people because there is no...
One person.
Yeah, there is no Dytto that already exists, but if there's anything that can come really, really close, it's the Future Kings, because they're the first to be doing music and dance simultaneously as artists and rappers and producers, and simultaneously, like, being a part of dance culture.
That's tight.
So they're really what I can look at and be like, okay.
And it's nice because you guys have also, like, collectively created your own, like, community.
Exactly.
And even in your videos, I see it. Like, it's really
I
nice.
love
Like,
that.
whenever you collab with certain, like, people, I always look at it and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's fire. And then I saw that you guys collabed with Future Kings. I was like, oh, that's fire.
It's a real life collab. Like, it's a very human collab every time.
And you could feel the energy through the phone, through social media.
Love
It's
that.
weird. I love it. I absolutely love it. So for you right now, knowing that you're, like, into music and that you want to continue it, are you planning to create more?
Yeah, actually,
Give us a little zhuzh.
I actually have a session tomorrow for the second one, the run
And she
around.
does.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I'm excited to make, like, all of my favorite things to dance to, and I'm focusing on trying to create things that feel like something I'd want to get up and dance to. Like, something that I would have heard and been like, oh my gosh, I have to make a video to this, or oh my
Right.
gosh, like, I want to perform to this. Like, I'm trying to just recreate that feeling, but with something that I'm already on, and
Right.
like, have a place where I can be vulnerable, whether that's having a no humble zone, or whether that's having a really vulnerable, honest, kind of ugly side. Like, I want music to be a place where I can play my cards a little differently, because
Totally.
in dance, I've stuck to my brand. I've been very serious about who I am and what I stand for, and I try not to let that get mixed up in, like, like, trends or this or that.
Other
Like, I've
paths.
tried to
Right,
stay
right, right.
very stable with, like, who Dytto is and what she represents. And I feel like music is just, it's this other avenue for
a
me. Like,
safe
I can be
place.
this other side of myself
Yes.
that I don't really feel the need to be in
Fit
dance.
in a box. Right.
Yeah. And eventually, they'll collab and cross over and mesh into this one big me. But right now, I feel like it's a cool way to introduce other sides of myself.
Totally. I love to see that because I make music as well myself.
What?
And the transition between the two for me was really it was interesting because of the fact that I started off with dance and then I made my way into music. But with that being said, like I loved like predominantly like slower R&B music, but then I like to dance to like faster stuff. So there was like a weird collision in my brain that was like,
I
who
totally
do I want
know
to
what you
be?
mean.
It was like identity crisis.
Yeah, and it's just music is this giant world,
Right.
and where to start is crazy.
Genres don't even exist anymore.
Yeah, no,
So it's
no.
just like you can't be like electro pop or like whatever.
Yeah,
So for you, or what are you trying to make more of? Like what's your current style?
I think, well, it's interesting because Try Me feels very West Coast.
Yes.
And my sort of, not
It gets that groove though.
it does.
Yeah.
Like, it gives, like, I want a two-step and, like, chill on the beach and, like, vibe. Like, it
Absolutely.
gives chill bop,
Right.
you know? But I had to put the breakdown at the end. Like, that's why, like, we had to call Beat Slay in and have him, like, really fuck it up.
That's tight.
Because
Yeah.
like, I was like, no, there's no way that, like, me out of all people, I'm gonna have a song that only makes me want a two-step. Where is the tutting section?
Where is everything?
Is the robot section? Like,
The dancer and you came out there.
Yeah, I was like, no, like, there has to be something that, you know, gives effortless and then gives, but let me get down really quick.
Right.
So that was the goal for Try Me, and
It did.
we did that.
Well, I was gonna say, because as a dancer, you know, like you want to be able to move to your own music.
Yeah, like, if that's how the music is getting promoted, like, I'm not gonna suddenly throw away dance because I'm a music artist now.
Right,
like,
right.
that sounds insane to me. And I'm just, you know, I'm thinking, like, if I'm gonna help my dance fans understand my love for music, how can it not be a song for me to dance to?
Absolutely.
So I've kind of thought of it, like, the game plan is I've had all these different sides of my dancing, you know, like, people have seen videos of me where I'm having fun and I'm turning up with my homegirls, and
Right.
then there's, you know, another concept video where I look like I'm about to cry the whole time. Like, and that's...
It's giving versatile,
It's
though.
giving versatile. It's giving resume. It's giving, like, acting real all on my YouTube.
Somebody
But-
book her.
No,
Book her
come
now.
on. Where we at?
Where we
come
at?
on,
Right, I
Marvel.
was gonna
Stop
say.
playing with me.
But it's nice also that you're a dancer that is getting into music because of the fact that as a dancer, you can hear music and just hear the depth of
Exactly.
it. Like, you don't
Exactly.
even have to, like, sit there for more than 30 seconds and be like, oh, no, like, this
That's
isn't
what
it for
I'm
me.
saying. Like, if the song feels good, I'm gonna have the easiest time promoting
Right.
it. Like,
Absolutely.
I just don't want anyone to make my job harder, because
Well,
if
that is
I
the
want to
hard
dance
part.
to it, that bitch is getting promoted.
I was gonna say,
Like,
because that's the hard part. It's the promotion part of it. Like, it's the business
Yeah.
versus the creative side. We're always talking about that on this channel, but like,
it's real.
You
It's
get-
real, y'all. It's real.
you get tied up and you keep doing it.
It's gotta feel good. It's gotta feel good. Be smart, but it's gotta feel good.
Absolutely. Also, your fashion.
Thank you.
So, like, for you, fashion makes you feel good as well. I feel like that is like, to me, fashion is such an art form.
Yes.
And so for you, the way that I see that you dress and the way that you like portray yourself, not only like online, day-to-day life, whatever, like you just always look like you're ready, like you popping out. So like what has curated that throughout the years? Because I know that you had a really distinct style way back when you were in your separate era, your first era. And I was like, okay, yes, she is on brand. But now I have seen you like evolved, and then like now you're kind of in this little like street classy little era, and I love to see it. Where are you at with that?
Thank you. Man, it really has transitioned over time, because the identity crisis shit is real. Like,
So real.
once you've been one thing for so long, like, I know that even though people were asking me to stay OG 16-year-old Dytto forever, I knew that wasn't realistic. I've cut my hair so damn short. I've dyed my hair all types of colors.
I loved it.
Like, and what's crazy is it's all bringing me back to where I started, where like I just want my natural hair, but I did a lot of it just to like try things out and to test myself. Like, sometimes I put on outfits just to show myself that I could pull it off.
Shoot.
I might not even like the outfit either, but I just wanted to know that I could pull
It's
it
like
off
a
if I
prove
wanted
yourself.
to.
Yes.
Yeah, like I'm just
like, let me one up myself really quick.
yeah, like
Right.
confidence to me is the reputation that you have with yourself. So I'm just always trying to show myself like, I wonder if I'm that bitch today.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh no, I'm definitely that bitch today.
You gotta convince yourself, like,
yeah,
but there's no
like,
convincing done.
bro, I swear. But like the only way to
don't need
really
it.
like do your thing is to just do what you want. So I think with fashion for me, it's evolved, but I still like the same things. I still like the same silhouettes on my body. But
Love.
as I become more grown, like, you know, I don't like the same tones of colors, or I don't like the same fits of things.
Right.
But you know, I still think that I kind of have the same morals with it. Like, I still have, like, a certain modesty that just carries. And I'm just finding, like, fancier, cooler, more unique versions to do that. But, like, I'm 25 and I'm sitting here in a t-shirt and jeans.
But
That's what makes me happy.
But it's working.
Yes,
it is working.
It feels good to me. And, like, 16-year-old me would have been like, oh, my God, the shoes. Oh, my God, the jeans. Oh, my God.
Right.
But, you know, the evolution. But I don't feel like it's changed that much. It's just, like, the more that I've gotten on my grown woman stuff, you know, it's evolved a little bit. But ain't too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. You look at her Instagram and it's like fit. I'm like, okay, hello.
Gotta remind.
So outside of dance, right? You as a human, like, how has dance benefited you as a human, would you say?
I feel like I literally think dance is life, and not in a way of like dancing is my life.
No,
I literally
agree.
think dance is this giant metaphor for life.
I agree.
It's insane. Like, especially like freestyling and the way that we interpret music, and for me it's created me as a human. Like, everything I've learned through dance has made me the human that I am. Everything,
Right.
even just career-wise, like the things that I've gone through, I apply it all to my regular life.
Day-to-day,
And
right.
it's sculpted me as a human. So at one point it felt like I was trying to wake up and find out how to be Dytto, and now I'm crafting her, you know,
Love
every
that,
day.
right.
So it's definitely this giant parallel to me, and they feed each other. Like, I can't not be feeling myself and go try to work. It doesn't work like that. Like, things have to be straight in my heart before I can go do my thing. Like, I don't view them
Agreed.
as separate. Like, business is very personal to me.
No, agreed. Especially when you're creative and that is your work. And
Yeah,
that
there is no like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
You're living with that persona.
Yeah, when I'm going through it, I'm fully going through it.
No,
When I'm
agreed.
up, I'm fully up.
Love to see that. I love to see that because I feel like, especially in the dance industry, it's one of those things where like I said before, creative and business, but then it also comes to life and personal. Like, who are you as a human versus who are you as a dancer, a brand, and a
Exactly.
you
Because it
know?
all started there, you know? Like, if dance happened because I said, oh, well, I'm feeling this emotion, and then I started dancing because of it, and now I'm getting business because of it, now I'm literally making business off of my emotions. Like, it all connects. You can't tell me it don't connect.
No, you can't. I love that. I absolutely love to see your growth. And like me, I've been a fan since I was young. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so amazing. And I love to see that you are such a distinct human as well as a distinct dancer, because I look at your videos and you have such a, like I said, distinct style. And I love to see that because you as a human, you represent that as well. Like, I can feel your energy, and it's just, you are a very unique human. And the way that you dance, it expresses that. And there's no other saying than dance is life. And I absolutely agree with that, and I honor that.
Yeah, as
That is amazing.
stereotypical as it sounds.
No, it is not stereotypical. That is amazing.
Dance is life.
No.
It's just, it sounds so like,
Dance is life.
ugh, but it's just fact.
No, it's real. It's real.
I mean, like, I thought about on the way here, like, when I was thinking about that terrible photo of me in our text messages.
We all got those.
Yeah, it's so sweet, but it really just made me think about how embarrassment is your entry fee.
Oh, indeed.
Like, that's crazy.
Indeed.
And like, that's life. Like, you know, a lot of people like spend time just pondering what it would be like if they tried.
I was gonna say failure.
And dude,
no
trying
success.
is so terrifying. It's so terrifying, but like, something good is always gonna come from it.
Well, there's no success without failure, so it's just that. It's
Y'all
just that
heard
we
it
gotta,
here.
we gotta
It's
be
not
embarrassed.
a joke. You
I mean,
gotta
it's
be
also, like,
embarrassed. It's your entry fee.
that, because I tell my students all the time, like, I teach the little ones here, and it's kind of like, don't be afraid to look silly.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna look silly at first. Like, we've all been there.
Absolutely.
And it's just one of those things, and it's the same thing, same exact thing, and I love to see it. And also, I was gonna say I wanted to touch on something, but I totally forgot. Oh my gosh. Oh. Teaching. Are you planning to teach anytime soon?
I have so much teaching I want to do.
I wanna know.
So much teaching.
We wanna know.
Teaching at Hip Hop Mindset was like a personal first stop for me, because like it's just where it all started for me, and like I just love them here. It's just easy. Like, it just feels good.
We loved it.
But I love y'all. But You know, it's teaching was something that I didn't have a ton of time for when I was focused on concept videos and this and that and these other aspects of my career.
Understandably so.
I've just missed it though, you know, like every
Right.
time I'm around dancers, it just feels so good. Like, you know, the studios where I started, and I've been so focused on figuring out myself that I've learned so much. And I'm like, oh, like, I wish I could just tell dancers nowadays this, or I wish I could talk to
Right.
them about that. And, you know, just how personal dancing really is and how much more it is than moves. Although moves, you know, are
1, 2, 3,
important,
4, 5, 6,
they
7,
hold
8.
their importance. But, you know, there's just so much heart that goes behind it that I don't think people really talk about as often as they could.
Well, dance is a language, you know what I mean? You could feel it. And with
Yeah.
that being said, it's just energy based. You know, you walk
Yeah.
into a dance class, nobody's talking to each other. Everybody's just dancing and feeling each other's vibes. It's just
Yeah.
one of those things.
And
you
with
know?
like the pressure of social media, I think it's cut out a lot of people's patience for
Most
focusing on
definitely.
feel. Like people are just trying to kind of jump the gun. And I think that that's why a lot of dancers aren't doing what they could be doing on social media, because I don't think that it would kill anybody to take a month away, learn how to feel what they're really trying to get at, and actually get at that. But I think everyone's in like this rat race right now of like, oh, well, I got to make content. But what are you saying?
Yeah.
What are you saying? And nobody's like taking a step back and saying like, let's focus
This
on
is
this.
what I'm trying to.
Yeah, like let's actually create a project before we go selling an empty basket.
Right,
You know,
absolutely.
like I don't think a lot of people are ready for what they're asking for. And
Thank you.
that's something that I'm grateful for, because when I started, you couldn't, like, people were blowing up like that, but it felt very 1 in a million.
But I was gonna say, because it was also during a time where people weren't overexposed to the dance industry
Exactly.
or dancers in general, and now it's so
It's so
saturated.
saturated. It's
Thank-
very saturated. So it isn't enough on social media to just be talented. Lately I've been realizing that social media is not a talent show. It's a popularity contest. Absolutely. And it, like, dancers have to accept that. And that's a really hard pill to swallow as somebody focused on dance,
Yeah.
you know? But for me, I remember the first time that I like had a very humbling experience, because I started dancing in Atlanta, and I would go to the events out there and I would
Right.
be snapping, and everybody understood what I was getting at with my
very
dancing.
different community. There's a
Very
dance community,
different.
you know?
Yes. And I mean, when you take somebody like that, and then, you know, I would go on Hollywood Boulevard and link up with some friends and
Right,
make
right.
freestyle. And I'll be like, okay, this little old woman walking down the street does not care that I just like,
Please.
that I like did this and then I did that and I hit this little
Right.
beat. Like, she couldn't comprehend that. And I don't want to stop doing that because I appreciate that.
Right.
But how do I make her understand this?
Like, translate this. Right.
Yeah, without dumbing what I do down. But like,
Mm-hmm.
is there something that I could feel more of, or some way that I can make her
somebody-
hear what I'm doing, or make her see what I'm hearing?
Love.
So I don't know, it's just really humbling, like thinking of the way that someone on the internet just scrolling would interpret dance, and you know that you're snapping.
Right,
But
right.
if you don't know how to use social media, that can really get to you when you're such a great dancer and you don't know why anyone isn't acknowledging it. But it's just not about that on the internet.
I feel like the internet also has taken a turn for like you said, it's not even about talent at this point. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you could be the best dancer in the room, but then you could post your thing on, like, you could post your video on Instagram and it's not gonna do anything. Like, because
Literally.
there are tens of thousands of other dance videos getting posted at that exact same time.
Absolutely. It's a whole other like resource, and it's a whole nother pocket of knowledge. Like, the way that a lot of people know dance is the way that I've had to learn social media by trial and
I
error.
understand that.
You know,
Yeah.
so a lot of my favorite dancers don't care about social media because they know that they're good at dance. Like, they know that they're crazy,
And that's what they are striving for now.
yeah.
Versus like a lot of
so-
people that are on social media, they are striving to get that, you know,
yeah,
that
exactly.
quick.
And like, I don't think people should have to choose like whether to be good at social media or be a good dancer. But I
Right.
think right now, if you want like your justice for being as good of a dancer as you are, you've gotta be aware of social media, and you've gotta
Use your tools where they are.
yeah. And I don't know, it's crazy. I really don't think that I'm one of like the greatest dancers. I just think I know how to feel and I know how to connect to people, you know. I'm crazy, but I've seen some crazy things. I've seen some crazy things.
Me personally, I would say that you have engraved such a name for yourself in the dance industry and the dance community, and I think that it's deserved. It's well deserved. You've put many hours, many mental breakdowns, many everything's into it, you know, and
Absolutely.
you deserve to have your light shined on you because of the fact that, yeah, you have put in that work and that time and that energy that any other dancer has, one, but two, a business mind would too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's unique, it's creative, and it's something that not many people are willing to put themselves through time and time and time again, which is a struggle. It is a struggle that not many people would want to put themselves through.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
And that's amazing. I honor that and I respect that shit out of that because it's one of those things. It's human for people to want to be like, oh, this is hard. Like, let me take a step back. But then you repeatedly show yourself up again and again and again.
Yeah.
And that's a challenge in itself.
It is. I didn't even realize I was doing it at first. Like, I wasn't
Never
like
do.
a 12-year-old, like, I'm gonna go viral on social media.
Let me do this. Right.
Like, it wasn't that, you know? Like, I started off just being excited to dance. And,
I love that.
you know, like, I don't know. It was really just me getting out of my shyness and me learning about myself. But I don't know. I would just say to any dancer out there, anyone on social media, like, you've got to take that pressure off of yourself to do it right now. And you've got to go get right with yourself and, like, really, you know, have something to say because there really is no rush. Like, I would much rather somebody take a month to themselves to, like,
get what they need to get
to have something to present, like to fill up your water bottle, like fill yourself before you go worrying about posting, because there's just a lot of noise and you would much rather not be a part of the noise. It's quality over quantity.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
That's a lesson that has been hard for me to
People
learn.
see it. People see when you're taking up the whole For You page doing nothing. People see that. I'm sorry.
Right.
People
no,
see that.
100%.
You don't want to be that person. You don't have to be. You're talented. Just don't rush yourself. Like,
absolutely. Don't be putting out like mediocre content when you know that you could be putting out 100 times more.
Yes. And
that's
I don't say that.
That's to me.
Yes. And I don't say that because, like, oh, I've never done that. Like, that's been me. Like, I've had moments where I've had to remember what even excites me, you know, and that's been a journey in its own, like reminding myself, man, like, why am I acting like I need to compete with these trends? Or why am I making my career existent off of trends when I have a career right now that exists off of my actual talent?
Absolutely.
I'm going to throw that away because I'm not the most popular girl right now? You're crazy. That would be so goofy, but it's tempting. You know, so
I see. That's a struggle. That's a battle. That's a real battle. And yeah, I mean, you know, the industry is so hard. Social media versus creative, like it goes back to business versus being a creative once again. And the fact that you have stood tall and continued doing it, you know, is really astounding to me. Because for me, I know that I've taken steps back, front, back, forward, back, and it's exhausting to a certain degree.
It's really tiring.
But it looks like you are thriving, and it seems like you are on a good road. So is there anything that you want to say to the people listening and your fans and anybody that just is interested in stepping into the dance world or stepping into social media or anything that you would like to promote?
Man, I have so much to say, but really...
Please say it. Please say it.
I'm just so grateful for everyone who supported me so far. And I'm so grateful for Hip Hop Mindset and all of this because, like I said, like, they were like my first clothing sponsor and my first like reason to hop up on a stage. You know, I was like working with Hip Hop Mindset before I even understood what Barbie could be.
Love.
You know,
That's
and
so sick.
yeah, and that was just really important for me to have like something that believed in me like that and made me feel official and gave me the confidence to go like hop on a stage and shoot my shot. So first of all, just shout out Hip Hop Mindset. But yeah, man, I really believe in people like working on themselves as quality humans while simultaneously shooting their shot and being ready to fail and being ready to learn. So just keep pushing to all the up and comers. I'm excited to see like who's up next. That's what I'm always looking for. Like I just hope that everything I've done and everything that I'll continue to do paves a way for somebody to take it farther.
Oh.
So
And you are
just doing my thing regardless. But yeah, you guys can stream Try Me. It's out. I'm teaching here at Hip Hop Mindset on July 14th at 8 p.m.
I'll be here.
Okay, I'm excited. Yeah, don't be scared. That's what y'all really gotta know. I'm so tired of people being like scared. The first thing that people say to me when I say, "Oh, I'm teaching a class," they're like, "Oh, are we gonna tut?" And I'm like, "What? Maybe that's not your business right now."
I'll break it down.
Yeah, like what am I gonna do? Like throw a bunch of shapes in your face and tell you good luck?
Right.
So,
Like,
that'd be so bad. That's not teaching.
good teacher. Right.
And I don't know. I want to make people better them. So like, you don't have to come to class thinking I'm gonna try to make you me. Like
that should say a lot about the industry that we're living in currently. Because if you're going to class and teachers are throwing.
Yeah, and even if like my class is a little hard, you being scared and deciding not to come ain't helping nobody.
Come through anyway.
Come on.
Push yourself.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to teach. I just wanna enjoy like kicking it with the community, and I love dancers, so I already know it's gonna be so fun.
That'll be sick. Oxnard loves you.
Yeah.
We love you here at Hip Hop Mindset. And I cannot
love y'all.
believe that you're here for episode 7. I am so glad. When Will told me, I was like, oh,
shout out this podcast. I watched the other episodes. They were awesome.
No, oh, really?
Yeah, they're always a vibe.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that you were here and we were able to talk about some stuff because I feel like we got a good amount out. You know what I mean? And I love hearing your side and I love hearing your story and just like your view on everything because of the fact that it is so unique and you are so unique and you're such a what's it called? Like a figure in our industry, and I feel like every time that I see you, it always brings a smile to my face. I always see like videos and I'm like, oh yeah, there it is, an OG, like an OG.
Yeah, thank
like
you
you've just
so
put it down.
much.
You've put it down time and time again, and it's been an honor to be able to interview you and talk to you in this podcast. But this is a
Thank
wrap.
you. You're giving me some of the most giant compliments I could have ever received.
Oh no.
Like some of my personal favorite compliments that I will literally take with me.
Got me hair flipping, blushing, and stuff.
No, for
No,
real.
of course, yeah,
She
no.
the one.
I'm glad that you enjoyed your time here at HHM again, and we hope to see you soon on July 14th. And yeah, this is a wrap on episode 7 of After Hour Sessions.
And we are gonna tut.